My bad, y'all, for playing the waiting room music. I forgot this was not a damn live. This is a pre-recorded, and I ain't even got nothing together. Anyway, speaking of together, let's go on ahead and get back into another episode of Nelly and Ashanti because they belong together. This is season one, and this is episode two. Work it. So, well, I didn't say it. What I did in the other video. That's messed up. So I had to do this again. It wasn't too much that happened. I really could have put maybe this and episode three together, but nah, I'm gonna just do individual videos for it and just stretch them out over 10 minutes as much as possible. So Ashanti and Nelly, they belong together. Season one, episode two. So Ashanti down to the gym with her fine ass trainer Raheem, honey, because she talks about how the pressure that she feels to be perfect and get her body back right and this, that thing, and this is more of a self thing because she keeps reflecting on what she used to look like before she got pregnant and how she used to look way back in the early 2000s or whatever the case may be. And I get it. I do get it. I get it. Normally when people are going through body changes like that, and then they're trying to like get themselves back, you do be hard on yourselves. You know what I mean? And you do constantly tend to go back and look at old pictures and be like, I want to get back to this and I want to get back to that. And there's a lot of times we overdo it and we overexert ourselves trying to get back to this ideal weight or this ideal image that we feel as though that we should be. I hope she don't go that far because it looks like Nelly doesn't mind. The thickness that she put on. And here's the thing, Ashanti, thickness ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of thickness. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with a little bit of thickness, just as long as it's proportionate to your liking. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of thickness, girl. But if you feel as though you can get back to what you used to weight or your ideal weight, I'm also not upset at you for striving for that either. Just don't overdo it. So while she's working out doing the ropes, Nelly come up in there messing with her child. Y'all know how Cornell is. This is one thing that I absolutely adore about Cornell. And it's the fact that he constantly does not mind reassuring her how beautiful she is in spite of. Most dudes, they're stupid, they're slow, they're Neanderthals. They don't know what to say about their mouth sometimes. So a lot of times they think that they're saying shit, feeling like they're helping, and they're not. I like the fact that Nelly is sensitive to her feelings, and you can only be that way when you really know somebody. And I love the fact that he's constantly like, look, you can do what you want to do to feel good about yourself, but I love you either way. Like I love the thickness. I love them tig old bitties. You know what I mean? I love them hips and how they spread it. Like he love you the way y'all, girl. He don't mind you. He don't mind a little extra thickness at night. Most dudes don't. But I do also get Ashanti. Like, wow, she loves the fact that he loves her regardless. And I'm more than sure she knows that. But it's just, it's a her thing. It don't even got nothing to do with him. It's more so a her thing and the fact that she's an artist and she wants us to still think of her as the skinny mini Ashanti. And it's just like, girl, you had a baby in your mid 40s, I'm sure. Alexa, how old is the singer Ashanti? Ashanti is 44 years old. I'm mad you said Ashanti, but okay. Mid 40s, like I said. So, I mean, we'll make allowance for it, Ashanti. We ain't gonna be that hard on you, girl, but I totally get it. Do what you got to do to make yourself feel good. She talks about how, she's working out as much as she is because when she had KK, he was transverse. I'm assuming his back was laying like directly, like right here. And so because of which, she had to have a C-section. And when she did, her organs did not go back to their original positions. They're spread out. So she's talking about how she has to wear the waist trainers to keep everything tight and right and keep everything where it should be, which it will help. They'll fall back into the cavities the way that they're supposed to, and this, that thing, and the other. So I'm glad that you're taking that seriously, Ashanti. And thank you for explaining that condition to other women who may have to experience the same thing or whatever the case. I'm glad that you took the time out to like explain what that is. So Ashanti has 2 days to prepare for the Motown show. She tells Nelly about she's still having nervousness or whatever. And Nelly tells her that this is a dope opportunity and that he doesn't want her to worry herself. But again, I love the fact that he kept saying this is a dope opportunity. You know, it's mighty dope. You know what I mean? And I know you could do it. And I know you want to do it. You know, don't psych yourself out, Sean. And I agree with him. And then you even brought up about how since you've been pregnant, or well, and well, since you had KK, that you've turned down numerous jobs, opportunities, and things like that. And you know, I get it, but I really hope you're over that now, Ashanti, because you still got some time in the game. Not too many people that's 44 years of age still got some time in the game and actually still have people that want to hear them and see them in concert. So I get it, but you know, I really hope that we find ways to like circumvent all those feelings, child. Moving on. She talks about how she wants Nelly to go with her to the Motown Christmas, basically for more support because she feel like she needed. But he can't do it because he has to perform down in Atlanta for the one music festival down in Atlanta, and there was a lot of rappers that was there, including him. And we saw Jermaine Dupri, we saw Michael B. Cox, we saw the Saint Lunatics, we saw Murphy Lee, we saw a lot of them, and it was good to see them. And we saw Trey, his eldest son. We saw him too, and it's interesting because when I talked about this earlier, a lot of y'all asked where was his older kids. We gonna see the older kids in the next episode that I'm gonna review tomorrow. We gonna see the children in the next episode. They're all gonna try to come together and you know be one big happy family with Ashanti. We gonna see how that works. But Trey was there. Shout out to Trey, his little cute self. I believe Nelly said that he produces music now, or he does music producing of some sort. And he says that you know he's really good at it. He supports them and all that good stuff, and that's fine. He don't seem to be having no cheering out of wedlock. He ain't got a whole bunch of baby mammies running around town, and he ain't in jail. So shout out to you, Nelly, for doing your big one when it comes to your cheering. Um, Ashanti does decide to go to Motown Music Festival. It was in LA. She does decide to go. She was supposed to fly private jet style, but for whatever reason, it was just in her heart not to do it. She just didn't feel comfortable with doing it, and she didn't. Interesting. Because they say that was the same thing that Leah said when she didn't want to get on that rinky dink ass plane down to the Bahamas. And she kept telling all them people that she didn't want to go. She didn't feel comfortable. She didn't feel safe. She didn't think they was going to make it. And what they do, they drugged her ass full of Benadryl. And then the next thing you know, she woke up down to the pearly gates. So I appreciate you, Ashanti. Sometimes you do got to go with your intuition. Even if people feel like it's silly or not, the fact that that was heavy on her heart, I'm glad that she stuck to that and decided not to do that. She went on ahead and flew commercial. Ain't nothing wrong with flying commercial, girl. You can fly business or first. Like, you ain't got to be all that because I'm more than show ain't every time Dick or Harry in business and first. So, and I'm more to show you Ashanti. They had you away from everybody. So you know, you did the right thing. She left KK with Bree, who is the nanny. But the thing is, she's gonna fly right back to New York that night. Um, a whole lot of calamity went on. She was trying to get her set together, which she did eventually. She did get it together. Debbie Allen let her know that because of the time constraints and the fact that she is a new mom, she was clearly worried trying to get back home to KK to make sure he had enough breast milk or whatever. DA, being a woman, being a mother, she understood, and she had it so that Ashanti was only there to do the two songs that she was supposed to do, which was Santa Baby and Dancing in the Street. And she doesn't have to do the finale. And it all worked out in her favor. She did what she was supposed to do. She sounded good. She sounded good. She looked good. And she was able to make her flight down to LAX in time, which is good. We got to see Nelly perform. Nelly did his thing as he always do. Okay, Nelly did his thing as he always do. And I wasn't too shocked by that. And that was basically it, y'all. Like I said, it wasn't much. The episode was only 30 minutes. It wasn't much. It just basically showcased both of their performances that happened at the same time. And they both did a real good job from what I saw. They both did a real good job. It was cute to see JD and Michael Brian Cox and the Saint Lunatics. You know, it was real cool to see all of them. I do like that. So that was a good look. It was cool to see Trey, his oldest son. It was good to see him. We're gonna see the rest of the cheering tomorrow in the next episode, like I said. It looked like they was down to some fair or something like that. And all of the kids came, and that looks interesting. So I can't wait to see how that goes, because I would love to see how they take to Ashanti, which it shouldn't be nothing because they should be used to her. They should be used to her in some way, somehow. They should definitely be used to Ashanti. So I don't think it's gonna be such a great big deal as we're probably thinking it's gonna be. At least I hope not. But that's it. That's all I ain't got no more. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about episode 2. And I will see you guys tomorrow for episodes 3 and 4. Bye.